really don't do that, man. Okay.
Really?
No,
Oh,
like a
okay.
script, like questions and a script and all that shit. No, I do. I treat these like if you like we just met on the field somewhere, or if we
Okay.
met in person, like if you came over to one of our big cookouts or something. We have a bunch of people over for a big party,
Okay.
and you were new, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And then we just start talking. Now, obviously, we both know that it's about airsoft and whatever,
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. But really, it's just hey, we're BSing, man. I don't have a script. I don't have questions lined up. So I'm better on the fly, like just talk with people.
Yeah.
I don't feel, it feels awkward to me to ask certain questions unless it's like a group setting or it's like a fun type of thing, Um, but to ask a proper question, like, okay, step one, let's find out about how you got into airsoft, like
Yeah.
it'll come up. We'll just fucking bullshit, okay? And then
Sure.
these are very relaxed, very casual, and yeah, yeah, that's it. So, but
That's fine by
now
me.
the monthly one I do, me at the Mr. OT, Mr. Off Topic, me and him do together. He's like the co-host.
Okay.
We do a monthly one where we have like 6 people on. Like they're me and him, and then there's 4 guests. Now that one is scripted. That one, no, I mean more scripted. It's we have a format. Everyone goes around, introduces, and then goes through this, a little bit of a process of talking about what they've done in the last few months with airsoft, that kind of thing, uh, and then we have some like wheel of BBs that we made. We spin the wheel.
Wheel of BBs. That's
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah. Mr. OT came up with that, man. He's fucking cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually that whole segment, that whole podcast, the monthly thing, he came up with. I don't know, whenever 6 months ago when I had him on here,
Okay.
and we were talking, and he goes, "Hey, I've been thinking about could we, would you be open to doing something like this month?" And he laid out this idea. I was like, "Fucking hey, dude, that'd be cool shit." So that one is a little more like, all right, here's our format. But it works really well because the dynamic is different because there's multiple people in there, and usually people know each other or have followed each other online and whatever.
Yeah.
Because all the guests are recommended by the previous month's guests, and it has to
Oh,
be
okay.
somebody that's on or that has been on the podcast before, typically. So so it works out really. It's a really fun environment, and we make jokes, and I ask dumb questions. I do have some scripted questions on those,
Yeah.
and usually they're really silly, whatever, just something to kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
bullshit about.
The reason why I was asking because a lot of podcasts that I've been on before that you know how to do is like skating because that's my background.
Mm.
Um, it was always like pretty scripted questions. I mean, we would, we'd bullshit and all that, but it'd be like pretty like set, like what we
Oh,
do.
really?
That's why I asked. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. No, mine's totally different. I don't.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't work well like that, man. That's when I talk with people, I just in life. Yeah, I really, honestly, I care about people. I
Hmm.
really am interested in other people, that their stories, and just in general outside of airsoft. Anyway, it's just
Yeah,
like, hey, where are you from? How'd you grow up? Like
yeah,
the things that really shape us as we grow up, right? Like your experience in high school, your parents, these kind of things. And this one guy was talking, as we were talking, it came up. He said something, and I'll just ask a question based on whatever somebody tells me. I'm like, oh, well, why were you there? What happened with this or something? Well, he was at like a camp, like a summer camp type of thing,
okay,
and when he was a teenager, and he was walking from it was out in the woods, right? It was all the cabins and stuff. So he was going from this one cabin to another, and this he was by himself, totally pitch dark, and nobody knew he was out there. He was coming back from this other cabin thing or whatever. Anyway, he said he looked behind him. He heard this like movement, and he looked behind him, and there was a coyote. Okay,
Oh.
so
Oh.
he was like, and he goes, this thing was pretty big, and it's just standing there staring at him, and it was like just a few feet away. And then he turned, and then he heard another noise, and there was three of them that started coming up around him.
Oh, no way.
So he tells this whole story, bro. It was fucking intense. Uh, I was like on the edge of my seat when I was listening to it. And he gets done and he's like wringing his hands. He's like, holy shit, dude, I haven't told that story in so long. I was fucking, it brought back all these memories. So there's a lot of times where we don't talk about airsoft very much.
Yeah.
It's woven within the conversation, but we don't just go through the step by step each segment. Some people like that. Some people don't. I've had some comments, people are like, well, this is an airsoft podcast. And then you guys, like 20 minutes in, you start talking about airsoft. So I did try to kind of gear it a little bit because of that type of thing.
Yep.
Maybe start out, and usually the way I start out is I'll tell people like that I have on, like, hey, welcome. I met you through whatever, right? And it
Yep.
kind of connects the dots with who you are and why you're here, because it is airsoft. The connection is airsoft.
Yeah.
That's how we found each other. So, matter of fact, why don't you give a little background, like just introduce yourself? You're because I did find you through Instagram. You found
Yep.
my
Yep.
stuff through Instagram. You're
Mhm.
part of DTP, which is in Florida.
Yep.
I've talked to a couple guys already through on that team. One being Frosty,
Yep.
and good guy,
Indeed.
and yeah, man. So yeah, give a little background on yourself.
Well, I'm DTP Sk8s or Jared or Sk8s on 8s because I go by all the different names. I started airsoft back when, I think I was in middle school with my buddies, and I bought like a crappy like $50 airsoft gun, and we'd go out to the
Yes.
woods by my elementary school and we'd shoot each other. And then um I was kind of getting burnt out of skating because I've been doing that for I said 14 years ago, like for 14 years, like 2 years ago. So I think it's more like 16 now.
Wow.
So I did that for about 16 years, and I got burnt out. It hasn't been the same. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes there. But yeah, I got a call from one of my buddies, and he was like, yo, there's a new airsoft field like opening up. And I'm like, or that has opened up. And I was like, where is it? He's like, right off Columbus. And it's the CIA Tampa. That's my home field. And I saved up a little bit of money. I bought my first, actual like airsoft gun, and played with that for a little bit till I broke it because I put an 11-1 because it didn't have a MOSFET. But
Now what? Yeah, what does that do? I'm curious. I've heard people say that. Does it burn it up?
yeah. So when I think I might here because I took it apart not that long ago. And I took that gearbox apart that I have up there, like 7 different gearboxes. So basically, I can't find it. So there's a metal like it's like taking a knife, right, and then sticking it in between. It's like a switch basically. So every time you flip it, it turns on sends current through the trigger contacts to the motor to spin it over, and then has an anti-reversal latch that just stops it so that you don't shoot another shot. It's on semi.
Right. Yeah, I've taken those gearboxes apart and I've seen those. So the anti-reversal, listen, the anti-reversal spring
Yeah,
is a pain in the ass. All right.
it is. It is. I know.
It's the smallest fucking thing ever, bro. I was
It
like,
is.
what is this thing? How does it even work? It's so tiny, bro.
Yeah, it's stupid. But yeah, so basically I opened up my gearbox and I saw that my trigger contacts were covered in soot because it was just arcing. And yeah, that's how I broke it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I bought my current gun that I use for competition from Frosty. It was his Kythera build, so I bought that from him. And
Nice.
yeah, it's basically how I got into airsoft. But yeah, I'm a part of DTP. I actually started doing speedsoft like 3 months ago, 2 months ago now. So I've
Yeah.
only been doing it for a little while, and I've been kicking some ass. Not the best, but doing pretty good for 2 months into it. So
Right.
yeah, I mean, I did NSL. We placed 11th. We didn't do that great, but we did pretty good because of how new we are and how many people just joined the team, and um, how we put it together in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know NSL was a thing, or I knew of Speed QE once I got into it because everybody talked about it, and it was on the shelves and on when I walked into the CIA, so I knew what it was, but I didn't exactly know what I got myself into.
Right.
But yeah, it's been fun so far. I've really enjoyed it. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this matter of fact, I did a podcast a few weeks ago with somebody that was on a different team, Obey
Hmm.
Airsoft,
Yeah.
that was at CIA Tampa when we were doing the podcast. And I'm not sure if you were there that day. They were in because DTP was there. You guys were practicing, and then Obey was practicing as well
Oh
for the
yeah.
NSL tournament.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he
We
was sitting in the lobby. Yeah,
that was a lot of fun. Um, Obey is just such a strong team. We were like I said, like he told you, we were going against them, but we were just getting rolled.
yeah,
We got a couple snatches in the like the format that we were playing in, and yeah, Obey is just changing the game. They played so different compared to everybody else. Like they're so aggressive, and they don't really care if they die. They just push you. They don't care where you're out in the field. If they know where you are, they're gonna go for you. It's
yeah.
crazy.
And
And
that's way different than what I guess what I've seen in the past with a lot of the Speedsoft stuff. They'll always have the one or two guys in the back that are
hmm
just kind of hanging,
hmm
and maybe like cover fire type of stuff, but
yeah.
they'll just stay in the back. And one of the, since this NSL thing came up, once I found out the rules, and because I've had a handful of people on that play in the tournament and have played in the tournament, and I had Baby Goat on, who is
Oh yeah,
part of, you know,
tacos.
yeah,
Yeah.
and setting this whole thing up over here with Monk Customs and everything,
hmm
and I finding out all these rules. Well, I'm thinking, okay, so this is really going to change the style of play for a lot of teams because if it only matters, like as far as points go, I think I was talking with, I asked somebody about this recently. So it might be beneficial. I'm just like speculating, right? Like where a team would start recruiting guys that they don't really care if the person can shoot airsoft guns. Just how fast are you off the line, right? Like
Yep.
how quick? Because we're on offense, right? If you're an NSL tournament and you're on offense, how far can you get this flag up there in this next zone to get more points without getting hit, right?
Yeah.
And it would just be like, I would imagine it would be you want more speed on a team and agility than just, peeking and shooting. I don't know. Like it's going
Yeah.
to change.
Oh my God, yeah. Some of these teams that we went against, these kids were fast. They 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 were fucking flying across the field. We were playing against elite, and I don't even know how old those guys are. They look really young, compared to me at least. Even though I'm 19, uh,
Yeah.
but they were flying across that field. You like
Hmm.
when you see if you ever go back and watch the replays of every time they played, when you see their snake player go, they're diving like all the way to 50. They're already in the second zone, and they
Yeah.
were just cruising, and they just absolutely just they they blew everybody out of the water. It was crazy to watch. Uh, but
Yeah.
yeah,
The now was one of the this rule about the moving the
Barriers.
barriers.
Yeah.
So I think somebody was telling me, or a couple people were telling me, like that was a kind of a difficult one to get used to, because if you're not playing at a field, like practicing at a field that has those inflatables
Yeah.
that move really, especially at shot zone where they move a little easier because they're on the turf,
Yep.
obviously they're not hard structures. So if you run up against them, like you have to be really athletic to run, like sprint from here to there,
Mhm.
dive, crouch, whatever, slide, whatever you got to do, and not move that barrier more than 1 inch or whatever shit, like,
Yeah.
holy
It
crap.
was nuts. There was a couple times where I accidentally ran into a barrier,
Yeah.
and I had to like stop myself. I like put my foot or I shoved my hand to the ground because I had rubber gloves on. If you look at the my profile picture, or one of the pictures that I took, I have rubber gloves on because I knew that was going to happen. So I used my my gloves to slow myself down, so I
Mm.
didn't get that penalty. But one of my buddies did, and they didn't move. They didn't pull him for some reason. But yeah, it was nuts. A lot of people got penalties for moving barriers because most of the guys here, at least a lot of my teammates like Frosty, Voodoo, Marshall, or Scrappy, they're they're used to playing speed. In
Hmm.
speed, they don't really care if you don't feel it. They're like, oh, whatever. They'll pull you out. But in NSL, it's so much different. If you get hit, you
Uh-huh.
don't feel it. You're out for 2 games or 2 breakouts. It's crazy.
Right.
It's nuts, and they actually had to modify the rules to where I think one of the rules was you don't have to serve it in the penalty box because people weren't like used to being in the penalty box when they were serving the penalty. Because it happened to a couple me and another teammate of ours. But yeah, it was crazy, but a lot of fun. I can't wait for next year, and I want to do it so bad. I wish I had enough money to go to Rhode Island, but yeah, it's so much fun, and I can't wait for next year.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping it gets enough traction over here
Hmm.
that, after this season, or during the season, I guess, that it becomes big enough to where they have multiple tournaments going on at once,
Yeah,
like where each team would not have to travel so much,
yeah,
or travel so far, I guess. And I know this is going to take some time. I know it's going to take, where they have enough teams to fill these slots for these tournaments. Because if you go, and they've got to be smart about where they're, what field they're going to,
hmm,
because if they pick a location that not a lot of teams are already close to, then they're not going to have enough teams sign up
yeah,
and show up. And so there's a lot that goes into it. That's what, me and Baby Goat were talking about, with just the whole planning of it and everything, and
hmm,
how, just being the first year that it's in America, and how just all the challenges and obstacles of getting this whole process set up. But for every single one, everyone I've talked to that has played in it or is going to play in it, in
yeah,
these tournaments, is super excited. I've not heard anything bad. They love the game style, like how
yeah.
it's set up. Once once I found out the rules, it sounds like a lot at first. It really does. If you're
It
not
does.
used to it, it sounds like a lot. But they're pretty basic. They're
They
really
are.
pretty. It's kind of a simple setup. It's not
Yep.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like playing paintball, American football, and speed QB on crack. That's what it feels like.
Right?
It's
Oh yeah.
crazy, but so much fun. But yeah, back to the baby goat topic. Oh my God, that guy, their tacos had it down though too. When we first
Dude.
played them, it was like first game too. Uh, I forget exactly who it was. It was either Lonnie or Baby Goat. They were just laning that floor, and they got me every single time. They're incredible, incredible team. Yeah,
A lot of
awesome.
experience, man.
Yeah,
They've been playing for a long time. I mean, Baby Goat's been playing. He was playing paintball before, and then
Hmm.
this. Yeah, they've got a lot of experience. It shows because they did really well on the tournament.
Yeah, they did, and
Hmm.
they placed fourth or fifth during the NSL tournament here in Tampa.
Yeah.
Forgot exactly where they placed because it was like Elite, SCA, then Obey, and
Oh,
then
that's right. Yeah.
And then
Okay.
East Coast Energy, which good luck to them up in Rhode Island because that's their home field. And
Right.
then I forgot who the fifth team was. It might have been Tacos. But yeah, they absolutely amazing guys and absolutely amazing players. Like congrats, like hats off to them because
Was that the first time? Was that the first time you had been? Since you're fairly new in the speedsoft stuff, was that the first time you've been around a lot of these teams that have been playing for a long time?
yeah, first time ever. I didn't even know tacos existed. I didn't even know
Yeah.
Elite existed. Nobody. I had no idea who any of these people were until like they were there.
Yeah.
So it was definitely new. Um, but yeah, but definitely really, really cool.
Now, what was the highlight for that for you personally? Was there anything that was really cool that happened, or something that stood out for you during that tournament?
Yeah, our match between H2K and Tootsies were one of the funnest. I mean, Tootsies, they were playing two players down, or one
Oh,
player down, depending on, I forgot exactly what happened. But H2K was playing a player down. Aiden, they had to sub in. Like, he was out. He had a major penalty, but he had to sub in his friend, and it was such a good matchup. It was pretty close all the time. We got it to either zone one, the flag to zone one or zone two, and we just held there. It was 2-0. Like that's how
hmm.
close it was the whole time.
Oh my
Me and
God.
me and Frosty were just out there killing it though, and same thing with I don't know if Tony was there. I think Toby was playing with us too. But yeah, we were just kicking it, and that was one of the better highlights of my day out there. But
Nice.
that was fun.
Was there any player that kind of surprised you that were like maybe better than what you thought when you first met them,
Um,
or any team better than what you thought? Like,
yeah, H2K because I didn't know
really?
what to expect. Yeah, I never met him before. Like I kind of talked to some of the people previously before the tournament started because Elite got there when I got there at like oh no, no, we got there around the same time. Um, I don't remember exactly, but yeah, they were just hanging out. They had their trailer home in the back, and uh, Frosty, Marshall, and Pops, and I think his wife was just hanging out in the back, and we were talking, and that was like the I kind of got to meet them, but yeah, I never got to meet H2K, and they really surprised me that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other teams I kind of knew they were really good. So
Gotcha. Hell yeah, man.
yeah, but yeah, it's such a fun tournament, and I forgot to say this too, but I used to play competitive Counter Strike for like 5 years.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so it brought back that fire that I had playing competitive Counter Strike. So
Oh my God. Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Well,
starting
how
to
did
move
you
on
start doing
again.
that?
So I remember. Oh, there's my phone.
No way. You found your phone just
I
sitting
look,
there.
yeah, I look down at the ground. I see like something reflective of me. I was like, "There's my phone." Um,
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
I remember watching a couple YouTubers play CS:GO, and I remember just, like watching like ESL tournaments as a kid, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I might get this when I'm older. And
Hmm.
I think I got it was on my first laptop. I still have it, and I got Counter Strike. I think it was like $26 at the time or $13. It was something. It was pretty cheap. I think I got it on sale. It was like 2016, and I got into it. I stopped for like a month, and I got back into it, and then I got really good. I got to like level 8 face it, which is pretty good.
Okay.
And so I was playing with level 8s and level 10s, and um, yeah, we made a team, my friends and I, and we just we were just whooping. We went against some really good players, and we won a couple tournaments, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, and it kind of like translated to it kind of translates to airsoft because the situational awareness and the fact that I'm
Right.
very competitive.
Yeah.
Was
Shit. Well,
yeah.
were you guys playing? So you're playing. Would you do tournaments through? Oh, what's that? Battle log or something? Um, what when you guys would play CS? What was the were there tournaments that you guys would join into?
Yeah, so there was tournaments that we had to register for
What
as a
was it?
team.
MVG or MVP or something? I don't know.
I don't know. It's for us it was yeah, major league tournaments and
Right.
something like that. But that was like this like the bigger tournament. That's like the where everybody else plays. We were just a sub pro team, so we weren't like up on the
Gotcha.
big stage yet. Um, but yeah, we had to register as a team, and then we joined in, and then we had to do brackets, and then work our way up to the bigger matches. We never made it, but yeah, it was
Well, the
a lot
reason I
of
asked, we when Gears of War 1 came out,
fun.
okay, that was a long time ago.
I'm not
Um,
playing
I
Gears.
start I started playing that like a lot, okay?
Hmm.
And I was already playing, all the basic games, Halo and
Yeah.
original Call of Duties and stuff. And then um and I played Counter-Strike and I
Hmm.
played Unreal Tournament, Quake and all that kind of shit. And then
Oh yeah.
so when we start playing Gears of War, I start, you know how it is. You start finding people online, you start playing together, and
Yep.
then, it ends up just kind of like Airsoft. Like, oh, you
Hmm.
just show up, you start playing with somebody, and then, oh, you want to make a team? Sure, because we're here all the
Yep.
time together. And we did the same thing with Gears. And so Gears 1, we played, we made a team, made a tournament team,
Yep.
and we entered these tournaments, same type of thing. We had to register through through this website, whatever, and then in the brackets and all that. And dude, when we would practice, okay, when we would practice, we were
Yeah.
fucking awesome. We were awesome. Okay,
Really.
when we would go to tournaments, we sucked. I think we won. We did. We barely won. Okay, we barely won. Like
Yeah.
we're like because we think, yeah, we're fucking killing it. Like we have
Yep.
strategy, we have tactics, we have this person does this person.
Yep.
And then yeah, and then we get in a tournament and I'm not kidding, bro. Like annihilation. Bad. We're like,
Yeah.
okay, these guys are on the next level. Okay. Holy shit.
That's why our team played mainly Face It, so we did all Face It matches.
What is that?
Because Face It is like matchmaking, but
Hmm,
with Elo. So you have a certain amount of Elo, and then you go in, and every time you win a match, you win a certain amount of Elo, and then it builds up your rank.
gotcha.
Um, so it kind of since we had 8s and 10s and and I think we had a 9 at one point. Uh, it would match us against just 10s or 8s, and that's how we kept getting good. And then we do practices outside of Face It, and practice smokes and flashes and different strategies that we can do, um just to make sure that we hold it, or like our win, or our ground if we're on CT, and then you know and then hold the bomb on T, and then push it to A or B.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how competitive Counter Strike worked. It was a lot of fun, but definitely took a lot of skill.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is, there's something about whether it's video games or whether it's
Mhm.
airsoft, whether it's paintball or whatever, there's something about any kind of team sport
Yep.
or team activity. There's something really that just really adds the fun level, I guess. It's just so much more fun when you have this cohesive team
Hmm.
that you all work together. You all know what you're good at and what you're not,
Yep.
Okay, everyone knows their roles, and everyone gels, and you just fucking kick ass. And even if you don't, like, you know that you all did really well. You all knew
Yep.
there was no confusion. You all knew what you were doing. And if you lose, there's mad respect for the other team because
Hmm.
you know that you guys are pretty damn good. So, and it's the same thing with these NSL tournaments with and that's what I've seen when I've talked with people that played in these tournaments. And it's the same type of feeling, man. They're like, they have nothing but respect for these teams that, did well or whatever.
Yep.
And I know there was some confusion. I know there was a little bit of, uh, I guess, obstacle for, uh, I guess, the refs. There was
Hmm.
some confusion. Some of the teams that, because I was watching it live streamed, and there was some times where the defense of the team wasn't even there. Like there wasn't a
Yep.
team on the field, and it happens. I mean, this is it's brand new, different rule set.
Hmm.
The timer thing, bro, it's a very
Crazy.
quick turnaround. Very quick turnaround.
Yeah.
I
It,
think if I just from a spectator point of view, if I had to change anything for how they set this up,
hmm
I would change, I would run the whole 12 minutes for each team um, all together. Like that
Yeah.
way they have their offense and just like a regular football game, I know
Hmm.
people have compared it to football. So they have, okay, now you're up. All right, defense, get in
Hmm.
there. All right, offense, get in there.
Yep.
I understand that might really suck for everybody that's waiting.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how to implement that, but it seems like that would definitely eliminate some of the confusion with who's supposed to be up next,
Hmm.
you know, because
Yeah.
how
I
quick it goes.
I agree. It was it was a little bit of a nightmare in the Florida heat because it was just so hot.
Yeah.
Some of our glasses, our faces were just covered in sweat. So I wish it was 12 minutes consecutively, and then we took our break, and then the next team goes on, so
Right.
we could have just that little bit of intermission time to cool off and get ourselves ready to go again. It was so
So yeah,
so
it's
hot.
something I never even
It
thought
was
about that.
so
That's
bad.
what. So there's so many teams there. There's so many people there to
Hmm.
play, let alone help run it and spectate or whatever.
Yep.
Where so you guys, if you're not ready or if you're not playing and you're not on deck,
Hmm.
uh, there's nowhere. Did you have to wait outside?
Yeah. So I kind
Okay.
of waited in our trailer, and
Yeah.
I brought the AC behind me. I
Oh, the
popped
portable
that.
one.
Oh yeah, I put that thing in the trailer. It was nice. Or I'd go inside where the AC was. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we would hang. 'Cause, yeah, we had to wait out back sometimes, but it was
Uh-huh.
not that it was not terrible. So
Now, do you run a dye mask? What
I
kind of
do.
gear do you run?
So I run I think it's like a shark like hydration backpack. I run a speed QB belt, their dump pouch, and then I just run a Kythera and a CM thing an 18 body. So yeah. And max hop up unit, I think Prometheus barrel, and then Maple Leaf hop up bucking. So that's what I run. So, yeah,
Was
it's not
there would
a
would
lot.
you change anything for the next one? Like for what you're carrying on you? What kind of gear you have? What kind of would you change anything for the next one?
Yes. So I'm already thinking about that. The nice thing about those speed belts is you can rip off the whatever you have on them and then put on
Right.
a new one. So that what I'm thinking about doing is making one for NSL, CSL, and then Speed QB.
Ah.
So I'll have tear offs ready to go whenever I need them, depending on what I want to do. So if I'm laning, I'll just have a backpack on me, no problem, lane. But if I'm going into Snake, I'm gonna have my NSL uh, strip off ready to go. And the nice thing about Speedsoft is they sell a 13 to 26 cubic inch tank holder, so I can just pop the tank in the back, fill it up, ready to go.
Yeah.
So just on the fly changes.
Have
That's
you
what I
seen
want to do
the
next year.
Eurobuild guns now that are they're pretty much like paintball guns,
Hmm.
but they're airsoft.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't like the tank on the back. It's too back heavy for me
Mm,
because it's just not how I. It's just not how I like it. I just like running a line and then going from there because it just. I don't know. It's too much. As much as I like how fast I can get off the wall, it's just I don't know. It's not for me. As much as I think they're cool and they're
yeah,
nice, it's not just not for me. Not something I wanna use or own.
yeah. I would imagine it would take some some practice with it because uh, the balance issue,
Hmm.
like what you're talking about, where it's back heavy. The obviously the tank's gonna be a little heavy, but
Hmm.
the and then the other thing is guys are putting the carbon fiber outer barrels on these things
Yep.
or uppers, and they're like, I'm like, holy shit, that's got to be really back, like really unbalanced.
Yeah.
So it's gonna, if you're trying to hold it one-handed, it's gonna have a tendency to keep tilting up.
Coming back. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, and the one thing I don't like about the Eurobuilds too is how easy it is to strip out the threads on the regulator.
Mm.
One of the Tootsies guys, I think his name is Matthew. I remember seeing him come in, and you know, he was like, "I cross-threaded my regulator," and I was
Mm.
like, "Uh-oh." And so it's just I guess that's the one downside about Eurobuilds
Oh
is
shit.
because you have
Okay.
to take that because of if you want to put a different tank on, depending on what you want, if you want more air or less air, depending on like what tank you like to run. Yeah, I guess it or even for storaging, because sometimes you can't leave the tanks in the regulators because it'll I guess destroy the
Oh
engine
really?
or something. I don't know. I'm not very fluent in this or in the
Yeah. Me neither.
HPA space because I'm still learning everything. Uh, but yeah, I guess for packaging, a lot of guys take them out. Uh, they can put them in
Gotcha.
their case and then you know keep their tank somewhere else. But yeah, they're nice. But yeah, that's my only. I guess that's my
I
only
wonder
gripe about them.
I wonder if it would work if you had one of those really small tanks. It's like a 12, is it 12 ounce or 12? My son, one of my
Hmm.
older sons a built an HPA
Okay.
rifle, okay? And he put the tank in the stock, right?
Oh yes, I heard
So
about
it's like
those.
a AR-15
Yeah.
style, M4 style.
Hmm.
Put the tank in the stock, and it was one of these really long, thin, small tanks.
Yep.
Now it's not practical for a mil sim because that's what they play, but for one day he could go out there and shoot because he doesn't, as a rifleman, he's not laying down like there's no full auto.
Yeah.
Um, he's not, he's like it would work fine for me, and he bought an extra tank and then just have that filled, and
Hmm.
then it's so tiny, you just stick that in your backpack
Yep.
and swap it out when you're ready. But I wonder if that would be a better option than these big bulky tanks. Because
I
some of those
think
tanks
so.
are fat, bro, like
Yeah,
a
they're
ball.
they're they're chonky. They're about like that big around, and they
Right.
sit on my shoulder. I'm like, eh.
Uh huh.
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I heard about that. Polar Star made a like a stock attachment that you're able to like use CO2 cartridges, and you can just put the stock
Ah.
over it, and it's so cool, but so expensive.
Yeah.
I would love to run it, but you only get like 300 shots out of the CO2.
Gotcha.
So you only go through like a mag and a half of
Mm-hmm.
BBs depending on what mags you run. And yeah, I mean it's a cool idea. I think it needs a little bit of refinement before it's ready to go, but still cool. I
Yeah.
would love to see love to see uh, more ideas like that.
Right. Hell yeah.
Um, One thing I did see though that was really cool, Andrew on Obey, he had two Euro builds and he had a tap going from his one Euro build with the tank on it to one that didn't, and he was just dual wielding his Euro builds while he was running around the field. That was so cool. I saw it on Otter's Instagram one day, and I
Yeah.
thought that was so funny.
Yeah,
But,
dude. Somebody was telling me about that.
hmm
So I had heard of it, and yeah, he was talking about how dual wielding those HPAs. He had a splitter. You know who else
Yep.
did that was Akimbo from HSA.
Really?
HSA's over there too, or they were at the NSL tournament, HSA East.
Oh yeah, HSA. My bad.
Yeah.
I, I get LSA and
Oh,
HSA.
I gotcha. Yeah, HSA has Houdini. I'm
hmm
sure you met him when you were there because
hmm
they were playing in that tournament there. Akimbo, a few other guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really get to meet the HSA guys. I don't know why. I
Oh,
was never
okay.
able to run into them. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I think we played against them once, but not that.
How about Nebula? Did you meet anybody from Nebula?
Nebula,
Yeah,
like,
Nebula Airsoft. They were at they played in that tournament as well. So there's tons of
no,
people that I've had on the podcast that
I
played in
don't
that
think.
tournament,
Did,
all on different teams.
I think Nebula played in I think I saw them on the roster. I didn't
Yeah.
see them at CIA. They might have played at Indiana because
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, they played a shot zone. My bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they were. Not, yeah, they didn't go to Tampa. That's what it
No,
was.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because there's
Yeah,
a
maybe
couple
that's
teams
what
that pulled out.
maybe that's why you didn't meet HSA either. I don't know
I
if they
think
were there
I
in
think they
Tampa.
I think they were there because
Okay.
they were gray and white, and I
Right.
remember going against them. Let me check the NSL website because they they have it there. But
Yeah,
yeah, I never
that's right. I'm thinking
want to meet.
of Indy. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to meet all those guys though. They're like they're probably really cool. Um, but yeah, I also want to do some traveling for Airsoft too because apparently one of the elite guys said that they have a go karting track right next to their airsoft field, and I want to
Nice.
go so bad because that's like my jam. Because I think still hold the record up in South Carolina at K1 speed um, for one of the fastest lap times. Yeah, so I do
What?
that on the
Where's
side.
this place at? I live in
Uh,
South Carolina.
you do? So
Yeah, I'm in
it's
Simpsonville by
yeah.
Greenville.
So do you know where the MCRT is? Marine Corps Recruiting Station
Which
or MC,
which
yeah, I
one?
think yeah,
Or where at?
forgot where
Do
it
you remember?
is.
Up by the airport, like by Greenville?
Savannah, that area.
Oh, okay. Down south.
Yeah,
I
down
got you.
south, right by the border to Georgia and
Okay.
South Carolina. There's a
Yeah, yeah.
K1 speed there, and that place was so much fun. I think like $100 on races or something like that because I was having so much fun because they had the Super Leggero carts. Those things are so fast compared to the
Are
ones
they
that we
really?
have at Grand Prix here in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I think they just got those Super Leggeros too. But yeah, they're so much fun.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've never been down there. Okay. That's about because we're up closer to North Carolina.
hmm
So the Georgia border is about hour and a half, maybe. It's not too far. It's not too far. I mean, South Carolina, the way it's shaped anyway, is not. Um, it's farther from the coast, like Myrtle Beach, to
hmm
like the Tennessee side or whatever, than it is up and down. But yeah, that's so these go kart tracks. These are the ones that um, they have the faster go karts. You have to be a certain age or have a driver's license or something.
Depending on
Is
where
that
you go, I know Andretti Motorsports here in Florida. They're in Orlando. Uh, when I went with a buddy of mine, um, they asked for his driver's license, and he didn't have one. I mean, he
Oh,
did. He had his learner's permit, but since it was his learner's, he couldn't go to the adult carts, the advanced carts that go to like 50
oh,
miles an
okay.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
How
that
fast
was
they
kind
go?
of a bummer. 50,
Oh
50,
shit.
50, 55, yeah. And then
Dude, that's screaming on a go-kart.
oh yeah. But I think the gas carts go a little bit faster though. So if you go on a gas track, those are the ones to ride because they'll keep going. The electric carts, they kind of have a top speed where they top out at,
Mm-hmm.
and they won't go any faster. The gas carts kind of keep pulling. They'll keep going until their limiter kicks in. They have one.
Gotcha. Yeah, and
But
it
yeah,
has a governor on there. Well, I've never driven the electric go-karts.
the
So
electric ones
whenever we took
are
our
so
kids,
fast.
it was always the gas ones. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, you have to make a trip out to K1 in South Carolina. It's a little expensive, but it's so much fun, and their facility and their bathrooms are really clean. And they have some really nice people. So I really
Nice.
enjoyed my time there.
See, we have a Frankie's Fun Park,
Hmm.
which is up here in Simpsonville,
Yep.
and they have go-karts there. You know, it's a big arcade and
Yep.
food and everything, and then they have the go-karts, and then they have those, those they're like bumper boats. It's like
Yeah, I
so
love those
those
things
things are cool, man. In the summer when it's warm out, those things are fucking great.
because they shoot water too, so you can spray your kids or
Yep.
your friends or whatever. It was
Yes.
so much fun. We have a I don't know if they still have that at the celebration station here in Florida, but I remember having my birthday there as a kid, and those were so much fun.
Yeah.
That's all I did was ride on those and just squirt my parents. I'll sit on the edge and just let her eat.
It's funny.
Oh my god, yeah, those were the best. And then they had a batting cage there. I remember getting hit in the face as a kid from that batting cage.
Oh shit!
So funny.
You
Yeah.
got hit in the face?
Yeah, because I guess I tried, because I thought it would be funny. And yeah, I got smacked in the face by one of the little balls because I didn't know where it shot. I never wrote. It was like the first time doing that, and I got smacked in the face. But yeah, it was fun. It was funny.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
a
Those are
lot of
fun.
fun memories. A lot of fun memories.
Good. Now you said you're into skating, or you were. So you're talking about skateboard,
No, like roller skating. So I do.
like blades, rollerblades.
No, I do quads. Here's my. Actually, I was cleaning out my car for NSL, and I still have my skates over here.
Oh shit!
So these are my skates.
What?
Yeah,
Whoa! Those
they're
look cool, bro.
yeah they don't make them anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, those are Rydell 851s. But yes, those are meant for like shuffle skating, jam skating, that type of deal. And that's what I used to do. And I did shuffle skating for like 6 years or something like that, and then I started getting into the jam skating aspect of it, which is like breakdancing on skates, which is pretty
Oh,
fun. Yeah, because I like dancing. It's fun. I do it like occasionally, like
yeah.
at parties or whatever. But that's it.
So can you spin on your head?
No, I was trying.
Oh,
I didn't get that
you
far. I
suck.
was close. I was close. I got to a windmill and that was pretty much it.
Okay, hey, those are good. Yeah.
Yeah, but I only did it for like a year or something like that. Eh,
Gotcha.
hmm. And
That's pretty cool, man. Jam skating. I've seen some videos on stuff like that.
hmm
Now, when I was a teenager, skating, roller skating was popular,
Yep.
and it was still popular, I guess, in the '80s, and uh, and then of course the '90s, rollerblades took over, and nobody bought roller skates anymore. They kind of went
Yeah.
away. So I think you're the second or third person I've talked with that roller skate, like, and I was shocked because I did not know that was a thing that it was
hmm
coming back or had come back or whatever.
Yep.
I thought it was all just blades. So yeah, we used to roller skate all the time, like on a skating rink,
Yep.
where it's like a basketball court type of floor
Hmm.
that you can fly on, right? There's
Yep.
no resistance. It's so fast. It's smooth. And the wheels are made for that type of floor, so they're kind of
Yep.
soft and real grippy.
Hmm.
Get some real good traction, man, around curves and just you can go pretty quick. But yeah, that's where
Yeah.
we used to go to hang out to meet our future girlfriends, right? When we were teenagers at the skating rink.
That's where I met my girlfriend. I
Boom!
did,
It fucking works, man. Okay.
dude, I met a lot of my previous girlfriends and current girlfriend from skating.
Yeah.
My current girlfriend I met like, when did I meet her? I met her back when I was like 6 or 7 because I did competitive like speed skating. So I did like, so we had actually I'll grab them for you.
Yeah.
We had we had skates like these that we put on our feet, and these go faster than those. So these are,
What?
yeah, these are about $500, but they go up to like 1100s. Like,
Bro,
yeah,
those
it's
things
crazy.
look cool. Let me see them again. Hold on.
There you go. These
Dude,
are,
that looks like, you know what that looks like? A football cleat
hmm
with giant
but yeah,
rollerblade.
they're carbon fiber on the bottom, so they're light, and then you can heat hold them to your feet too.
Oh my God.
I try to get back into it. I don't have the skill like I used to before.
Yeah.
They're just sitting around. But yeah, they're from one of my sponsors, Anabolics. They, yeah. Hi
Okay.
James. Yeah, if you ever want to go to or ever want to get back into roller skating, East Coast Roller Sports, they have everything that you could ask for. Uh,
Nice.
but yeah, it was yeah, that's what
Now,
I
was that,
yep.
now for those skates, that is that just sprinting? What kind
Hmm.
of straight line? Is it around a curved track? What is it?
Yeah, so it's around a curved track. Uh, it's basically going as fast as you can, but also being first. Yeah, it's just like sprint racing, or
Yeah.
you know what they do in the Olympics. Where you see them run and then
Uh-huh.
they hop hurdles, but instead of hopping hurdles, we just hop people. So
Yeah. Right.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I actually met someone at CIA. I don't know if you know him, but he goes by the name of Kilo One Milsim.
Huh.
He actually did inline speed skating, and I didn't even know that. And
Oh shit.
him and I got to talking, and I guess we could have ran into each other at one point, and we have no idea. But yeah,
Right.
we kind of clicked on that, and he's also a really good guy. But
Oh,
yeah.
that's wild, dude. How did you start into competitive skating? Were your parents kind of offering different kind of sports for you, or were one of your parents into it, or they liked it?
Kinda. So I I started skating when I was 4. Well, yeah, this is when it all started. I was at my buddy's birthday party, and this is also the same day my mom broke her ankle, which is funny.
Oh
Nick,
shit.
uh, I really liked it. I was just going on my own. I was just skating around, and I was having a lot of fun, and that's where it started. And then I think later down the line, I think I was in third grade or second grade or something like that. I was like talking to my mom about it, and then for my birthday, she got me speed skates, and then I started practicing with Stardust at United Skates over here in Tampa on Armenia. Um, Skated with them for a little while, then moved to Tampa Bay Sprinters, where my girlfriend was skating with, which was I think the skating rink was on Kennedy or whatever, and yeah, I just started there, and then we moved to Spin Nations up in Tarpon Springs, and then I stopped because I don't know, I stopped. It was weird,
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Okay.
that's where that started, and then after that, I started getting into shuffle skating, and then it
And
just
what is that? What is shuffle?
um, how do I explain it? It's like dancing on skates in sync to the music. So there's like certain beats that you would listen for, and that's when we would move. to it. I don't know how to explain it. It's easier to watch than it is to like say, because I've been doing it for so long. It's like natural. It's like second nature to me. So you can,
Yeah, let me see.
yeah,
I'm gonna see if I can find one.
my buddy, Skater Boy TJ, he lives up in Massachusetts. He does that, and that's where roller skating during the pandemic really got exposed. It
Really?
was kind of crazy, yeah. So I remember seeing his video pop up on Instagram, and then I go to his page, and it has like 3 million views or something like that. It was
Yeah.
nuts. And then during the pandemic, everything started selling out, like skates and wheels and all that. Everything was gone. There was like a shortage for a little while, where everybody was just so bored.
Damn.
They just saw something on TikTok and then started going out and buying it. So there was a bunch of people who got back into roller skating, and yeah, it was really cool to see, especially
Dude,
for
that's
that
wild.
time.
I'm gonna share the screen real quick for you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you can point out.
Actually, you know, it's a good representation. There's
Hmm,
a competition called Heartbreak, and it's like a skating competition, and everybody. Yep, that first one. That's my buddy. That's my
right
friend
here,
Haley. Yep, right there.
Astro. This you know this person,
Yeah, it's my friend.
dude.
Yep, there's Kaylee. It's super old music and just something that I used to. Yep, there's Michelle. That's the person in the front with the pink skate. Yep, that's what I used to do.
Oh, hold on, let me turn this off. There we go. Turn it down a little bit.
But yeah, that's what I used to do.
So this is exactly what I grew up doing.
Yep.
This is what we used to do in the skating rinks.
Hmm.
When I was a teenager, we had the same type of things, in a circle or oval, and
Yep.
yeah, they would play music. Now they played, we played '80s rock music, okay, so, and then but we
Uh,
did the same thing, and did
yeah.
the skating around like that.
Yep. And yeah, that's what I did for a while.
Dude.
And you can actually go to YouTube and look up Heartbreak Jam Skating Competition 2022, and they have a lot of videos on that, and that has a lot of my friends that I still talk to now. And yeah.
The other day I was talking with a guy right in the middle of our conversation.
Mhm.
My computer just shuts down.
What?
Yeah, dude, that's never happened before.
Did it blue screen?
Yeah, blue screens, and then it shut down.
Dang.
Said it needed to restart. Well, the other thing is I can't get all the Windows updates because whenever it's trying to update to Windows 11,
Mm-hmm.
but it gives me a error message saying I don't have. It's my processor. My processor's too slow
Yeah.
for Windows 11,
Yeah.
which is dumb as shit. Okay. Um, so,
Hey, I think I have something preventing me from going to Windows 11 because I don't know, it gave me on my old system, like before I built this new one, uh like, hey, your stuff is too old, because I mean I had a processor from 2014. I had an FX 8370, man. That was like the top of the line back then. Well, sub top of the line,
yeah.
and had it for the longest. But yeah, then like Windows was like, yeah, your processor's too old. So,
Oh,
and
it's wild.
I couldn't play any modern games either. I couldn't stream. I couldn't do anything like that. So I had to upgrade.
Well, I remember when we first started our channel, our YouTube channel, and now I had already had been doing a couple different YouTube channels like for 2 years before we started the Airsoft one.
Hmm.
When we started the Airsoft one, that's when I really noticed the how slow my computer was because I was taking GoPro footage
Yep.
and putting it on here, and that shit is fucking. Those files are huge, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
it is. Yeah, with this, when you have it on 1080 and 60 frames, right, a second, it is. It's the files are way bigger than what we were doing before. We
Hmm.
were doing unboxing and reviews. I was just recording everything on my phone.
Yeah.
So video quality was fine. You know, the camera on the phone is good, but the file size was way smaller. Plus, our unboxing videos are like maybe 30 minutes total.
Yeah.
You know, and I cut it down to like 5 minutes. So when I put it in here, when I transfer it on here and put it in the editing program, it's like it's no big deal, right? Like
Hmm.
it just works. Well, then we start getting GoPro footage. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this take forever. Well, my son, my two of my sons were living here at the time, the two that are on the channel, and I say, Christian, come here. He had a nice new gaming computer that he just built, and I said, what is wrong with this thing, man? Like this GoPro footage, I can't even like do anything for like 2 hours. I can't even start working on it. He goes, let me see that. So we just wanted to run a test to see what, you know, what the holdup was, whether it was my
Hmm.
computer, whether it was that we didn't know. This is the first time we'd ever started, you know, using GoPro footage.
Yeah.
So he takes the memory card in, he puts it on his computer, he transfers it, puts in. He had the same editing program that I have. He put it on there, no lag, no waiting, can start, you know, editing
Yep.
immediately. I was like, oh, oh shit, okay, got it. This thing's fucking slow. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was just crazy to see that much of a difference, like right next to each other. You know, like how. Oh man. So I do need a new
Yeah.
one, but anyway.
Tech- Technology is just advancing way too fast.
Mm.
I remember I remember my computer, playing, Counter Strike at like 300 frames, and it's fine. And then, when I got the new Modern Warfare Rainbow Six, it just couldn't. My computer couldn't do it. It was like crying. It was screaming for help. Upgrade, please.
Right.
Even when I
I've
built,
got two. You know, I got the two big fans in there. You know, just
yeah,
typical kind of stuff. And one of the fans has been going out for a while. Like
yeah.
the I'm not what it just starts making some wild noise. You know, it gets real
Hmm.
loud. So it's not running smooth. I have to kick the side of the case, you know, the desktop case for it to shut up because it's the fans all
Oh my God, that's too funny. Yeah,
shit. I got a new fan for it. I just haven't put it in yet. So,
it
but anyway,
happens.
yeah.
Happens. Yeah.
So this skating thing, man, is pretty cool. So you did that for a while,
Hmm.
and then did you go directly from that to airsoft, pretty much?
Yeah. So I kind of went from, yeah, basically. um, like I I went skating for a while. Like I still do it here and then, but yeah,
Okay.
I kind of took over. I mean, I play airsoft every Saturday, and I practiced. I try to practice every day. But before I got into competitive airsoft, or well, while I was in competitive airsoft, I would practice skating at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and then go to work at like 11 and or 12, and then yeah, and then I just stopped because I was like, I think airsoft is a little bit more fun than skating around, even though it is fun, nice talking to people and all that good stuff. And just
Right.
airsoft, it's just something new, and I like it.
Sure.
And it just
Well, it's
reminds me of
you know, from all these different people I've talked with, it's one of the for me looking at it, it's one of the only hobbies that has this like this much depth, right? And diversity, I guess.
Yep.
It's so like, you know, let's say you're talking about the you know, talking about skating. So there's only so many different types of skates you can get, right? There's only so
Yeah.
many different kind of clothes you can wear to skate in.
Yeah.
Um, there's you know, and especially that I mean, you can dress up, you can, you know,
Hmm.
change your style or whatever, but it's very limited. There's nothing, no new gear that you
Yeah.
can put on that's going to
Yep.
help you with skating better, right?
Yep.
Now you can practice new moves and that kind of thing,
Hmm.
but airsoft compared to other hobbies and other sports is you've got speedsoft, you've got milsim, you've got all this stuff in between. You've got role play stuff like
Yep.
Balahack puts on.
Oh my God, I love that Valorant
Bro,
events.
it's
Those are
fucking
so
crazy.
cool.
And then even with what you're doing now, okay, so you started Speedsoft,
Hmm.
uh, and you're like, okay, yeah, I like what I'm doing. This is cool. Oh, let's be on a team, okay? Because I'm
Yep.
competitive. I want to be on something where I can, you know, be with somebody else that's like-minded,
Hmm.
and we both have this. We all on this team have the same competitive level, and the
Yep.
other people we're playing against are the same competitive level in these tournaments, and
Hmm.
so that's a huge, it never runs out. You never
No.
get to a place where, like a plateau. You
Yep.
can always do more and always
Yep.
get more, and there's always new gear, and the
Hmm.
shit's expensive. So now it's like farming in a video game, dude. It's like,
Yep.
okay, I need this gear. Oh, I don't have the money for it. Okay, what else can I do to make money? Oh, I got to work overtime. I'm going to get a second job. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell
Hmm.
this. It's like it's this constant growing thing
Yep.
that you never get bored.
No.
There's really no way to get bored if you are open to all these different types of styles and gameplay or whatever.
Yeah, I see one of my buddies come in, and I think I met him when I first started playing Airsoft too. This guy named Jack or John, he goes by either or. Uh, he comes in straight World War II outfits. He has, a Car 98, or yeah, I think it's a Car 98, and
Nice.
like a Luger replica. He just comes in and just wrecks the place. He's so good, but it's so funny. And I've
And he
seen
plays
people,
indoors like that?
yeah, he plays indoors.
No way.
Yeah, it's so cool. He even has like the World War II like Luger holster too. It's
Holy
so
shit.
cool.
Dude, that's got to
Um,
look so different when you're
it
in an
is.
indoor field and somebody shows up like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool, and yeah, it just really like opened my like eyes to see being like, yeah, this is something that will never get old. There's something new I can always do because like you said, there's Milsim, there's the Balahack roleplay events,
Yeah.
there's Speedsoft, there's just your casual CQB play, and you can just go do whatever you want. Nobody really cares. Like,
Yeah. It's like you have fun either way. Like these guys I was talking with a long time ago,
hmm.
he said they've been playing for so long, like 12, 15 years, something like that.
Yep.
And they do all milsim. So they go to bigger milsims, all the time, whatever. Well,
Yep.
they're kind of like, okay, yeah, another milsim. They get used to it. They get kind of a little bit bored with it, and
Yeah.
but they instead of signing up for the mill, they went to the same milsim that they had been going to previously, but they signed up as press. So they went as the combat press pass kind of thing,
Hmm.
where you still gear up, but instead of a gun, you carry a camera,
Yep.
and you run around with with this team and do the combat, press guy, cameraman, and it's like even that, adds a different element. And they said, man, it was the most fun we had. It really kind of re-sparked or rekindled that spark, I guess, of interest in the game again, because we got a different perspective. We weren't part of the game really. We didn't have to stay with them. So if we got tired, we'd go out, take a break,
Hmm.
eat something, come back, and follow the team around.
Yep.
Got all these pictures, and so it's just there's a lot of options, right?
So many.
Speaking of this World War II stuff, one of the guys I had on, he's about your age. Mask TV is his YouTube
Hmm.
channel. He's a firefighter, one of those wilderness firefighters out in
Okay.
I think Oregon or Washington, but yeah, he's got a TikTok and Instagram. Met him through Instagram, and I had him on a couple times. But he is super interested in the World War II. He does in fact, that's how his YouTube channel got kind of popular or whatever, was the World War II gear. Like
Yeah.
he does all World War II cami stuff, the
Hmm.
uniform, the guns and everything. He got one of those Panzer, whatever they're called, the
Panther
rocket
Trek.
launchers. Yes.
Yes. Those things are so cool.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he's cool to talk to about that. He knows a shit ton about that. He's been doing that following that kind of or interested in that kind of camo and era. He's real, of
Hmm.
course, history buff with that kind of stuff too. But yeah, yeah, it's fun, man. It's
Yeah.
go whatever route you want to go.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can make whatever gun you want. You can add whatever attachments you want.
Hmm.
You can 3D print whatever you want, put it on your gun, and everybody's like, "Ooh, what's that?" And
No
nobody
shit,
cares.
dude.
And
You know what's popular
everybody
now?
likes it.
These AAPO ones. People are doing
Yes,
the
they are so cool.
they're 3D printing
Hmm.
those conversion kits. It's like it looks like an SMG, like an
Yep.
MP5 or an
Hmm.
MP7 or whatever, and they'll hold it when somebody holds it up, and they just kind of flash, just like this. They're like, I can't even tell it's an AAPO one. So
Yeah. And I saw one of those on, I think, either Blowback Masters or Take One Airsoft.
yeah,
Uh, they're it just you can it turns it into a little submachine gun. It's so cool.
yeah,
It and you can even use it probably for competitive playing because it takes Glock mags and you just put a Glock adapter and then put an M4
hmm,
mag in it and then you could run around with M4 mags. You can do whatever you want. You can probably, like I said, you can probably take it to a speed QB event and just dominate because it's so tiny. They're
yeah,
like that long, and then it kind of just stays that size, and you just put a handguard on it. You can make it however long you like, and it's
yeah,
so freaking cool.
yeah.
I,
They're coming up with some cool ass shit with this 3D printing
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah, and I was talking, or I was, or Take One put a poll on their Instagram, and they're like, "Do you think AAPO ones will be the future?" I said, "No, not yet, because it's not as compatible as that that TM gun.
Like the high
It
kappas. Yeah,
Yeah, because there's so much out there for them. You can buy whatever. There's like 27 different slides you can buy for them.
yeah,
But the AAPO ones, either you buy the $100 bolt or you can buy the $59 cow one. Like, there's not
that's
much
true.
that many options for them, but I do think they will advance pretty quickly
Yeah,
because
I think so too.
it's going to be very on par. Because the only discretion I have with AAPO ones is the barrel wobble. That's the only thing that makes them
Mm,
inaccurate is that barrel wobble, and then the hop up unit. But Action Army sells a rotary one that makes it a lot better. So
really?
yes, but that's like my only thing is because the barrel wobble is so much it like throws the BBs all over the
Gotcha.
place. But yeah,
Okay.
once that's fixed and once those things are overcome with aftermarket parts, I think AAPO ones will be on par, if not better than a high kappa.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Well, the price point, it's like it's cheaper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it still works well. And I think, one of the things I liked about it, we tested a couple of them out, was the if you compare it to another, like a high cap or something, blow any kind of gas blowback pistol
Yep.
uses a lot of gas to shoot
Mm-hmm.
because it's moving that whole slide or whatever.
Yep.
This thing, that slide, the bolt in the back is tiny,
Yep.
so it's very gas efficient. Uh, and now with all these people 3D printing stuff, there's a lot of options with it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it's fairly new. Like it's the
Yeah.
APL one's not been around
Super
that
new.
long.
No, I think this is the third or second year that it's going to be out.
Hmm.
It hasn't been out that long because there's nothing you can really find for it. There's simple things that you can do to it, but there's
Right.
not as much as a high kappa. But I think
Uh,
AOPO ones are still really cool, and I can't wait for them to be more popular because they are more affordable. Like especially if you want to get into Speedsoft and you want to be a Snake player or just a Speedsoft player in general, buy an AOPO one. It's $64 less than a high kappa, and you can upgrade it to be better, if not equivalent
hmm.
to a high kappa that's upgraded with parts that cost $1,000 or even more
Right.
for like $300.
Yeah, for real,
So
bro.
I think AAPO ones definitely have a shot in the market, and I can't wait to see more out there. I might even get one. So
Hell yeah.
once I get a jack and I save up my money, I'm getting an APO one and I'm upgrading the crap out of it. I
Oh
can't,
shit.
like I said, I can't wait.
Nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
dude. Now I see a guitar hanging on your wall back there. Are you into music as well?
I think that's my dad's. I think he's using my guitar hanger as a storage space. But yeah, I know I used to play
Okay.
guitar. I wasn't that good at it, but it's
Yeah.
still a cool little thing to have a guitar in there. It takes up space, so my
Oh yeah.
room is
Yeah,
somewhat
they're
complete.
like the things to have on your walls that look really cool
Hmm.
for guys especially is guns,
Yes.
guitars, right?
Yeah.
Swords.
Yeah. I I'm so mad because one of my buddies broke my old Zelda sword back there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they I guess it was so old that the foam was starting to come off the side of the handle.
Gotcha.
So it looks like this now.
Oh nice. Okay. I mean, it still looks good.
Yeah, but it doesn't look as cool as it used to be.
Hell
But yeah, no,
yeah, man.
I had that up on there for a while because I think I gave my guitar to my sister because she
Yeah.
wanted to get into it. But then I gave it to her, and that's where my guitar went.
Nice.
But yeah,
So you
but
have
Lord.
siblings too. Now your family, did they come and watch you play airsoft? Do they, anyone else in your family interested in playing?
Yeah, so my mom actually came out to watch the NSL tournament, and my girlfriend did as well. She was there with my mom watching, and they were sitting
Nice.
behind the glass. But yeah, and then since I got into airsoft, my sister got into it. She has a I think a Crytek and a Vesky, and then her high kappa, and then I think she's borrowing like somebody else's high kappa or something like that. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
she has a little arsenal as well.
That's cool, man.
So yeah, she came out and played in the NSL tournament because it was her birthday. Our team decided to, put her out.
Right.
I think it was the game during, yeah, it was the SCA game. It was DTP versus SCA, the bracket tournament one.
Yeah.
And yeah, they sent her out there. She played. She got out like that. It was
Was
crazy.
this her first time kind of playing in a tournament?
Yeah, she hasn't really played like competitive airsoft before. She kind of just like runs around, and
Right.
that's pretty much it. But yeah, she does.
So your
Like,
sister plays, family's, supportive and all that kind of stuff, which is good. And
they say I need to chill out, but
oh shit.
I can't help myself. It's just so many cool things. My mom's like, you need to save your money, but I'm like,
Ah, shit, right?
I need to build up my high kappa. Like, come on.
Oh, I'll bet you your parents are like, "Holy shit, how much is this stuff to upgrade?" Jesus.
Oh my God, my sister. So she got for her birthday a high kappa from this kid on Tootsie's, and it wasn't complete, and she needed a couple parts. And then I guess she had birthday money or whatever, and she goes to the case and sees like a $400 like stock high kappa with like a maybe with I think there was a couple upgrades to it, but then she buys that, like takes the working parts off and then puts it on hers when she wants to play. It was a whole mess. And my mom, when I was there with her, she was like, "How much is it?" They're like $400. They're like, she was like, "Oh my God!" Like
Right?
I and that was like the month of like I think I had to pay my car insurance and a couple other things at the time because
Right.
on my mom's plan. So I gave her a couple. I think it was like $300 or something like that because how much I owed her.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I was like, I gave you $300. There you go. Just use that to buy it. And
Oh shit.
yeah, my mom was like, rice airsoft's expensive. I'm like, yep, yep.
Oh yeah.
That's why I save for it, and then I buy whatever I want. But yeah,
Yeah, it's probably one of the if my kids, my wife and I, our kids are older now. Like our youngest one is
Mhm.
21. So if they were looking into hobbies as a
Mhm.
teenager, young teenager, middle teenager, outside of school or whatever,
Yep.
airsoft is, yeah, it's, definitely, costs some money,
Mhm.
but, but I think from what, from who I've talked with and how many people I've, met and the
Yeah.
community of airsoft, the airsoft community, man, it's, I would definitely, want my kids to be a part of something like that
Yeah.
where it, I know parents always say, oh, keeps them out of trouble kind of thing, but it's not just that. It's there's this whole vibe that
Yes.
the majority of people are really trying to be better people, just in general,
Yeah.
because they want the sport to grow, they want the hobby to grow, they want this, they want to spread this positivity throughout it. They don't
Mhm.
like the cheater videos and the, or I guess the hater video, whatever it is,
Yeah.
the full auto with the,
Yep.
the fights and shit. But
Yeah.
like they don't want to promote that. They want to promote this community, and I think it's a natural thing when somebody comes in is new to airsoft and they go, they get to the field, they start playing or whatever, and they always have. There's always those other people around that have been, you know, playing for longer, whatever, and
Yep.
whether it's 2 months longer or 2 years longer, whatever, that are like, hey man, here you can borrow my gun since your gun broke, or you can't like there. This type of pay it forward is such a common theme that I've heard about in airsoft. So I feel like you're in this situation now where your parents are, they know what you're doing. It's uh, but I guarantee that if they might be like, oh, it's an expensive hobby,
Mhm.
but if they see the whole picture like that,
Yeah.
like your mom had gone to that NSL tournament, she's probably like, wow, these people are really cool, man. Like this is a
Yeah.
cool sport to be around, you know?
Yeah. Even my girlfriend was, at the NSL tournament. She came around back and talked to their teams and everybody else that was, on the other teams, especially the girls, because, girls get along really well.
Sure.
Um, like she was like, everybody's so nice. I'm like, that's how it is. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not mean people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I'm gonna touch on the cheater video stuff and the hater videos. Like it just brings a bad light. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of people, get into airsoft and especially kids, and they see those videos, and then they wanna, kind of amplify that, and then when somebody makes them mad, they pull auto them, and then it gets posted on the internet, and you know, that's what they want to do. They want to become famous.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen personally,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like that, and I really wish um as much as those videos are pretty funny and
They're fun to watch
they're
sometimes, for
very
sure.
fun to watch sometimes. A lot of I really wish people saw the better side of airsoft compared to that side
Yeah.
of airsoft, and would go play airsoft for themselves. Like I have a couple friends of mine who I skate with, and they're like, "Yeah, just invite me out to the airsoft field anytime, and I'll come play with you." I'm like, "Okay, come play. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You'll probably want to spend a lot of money and enjoy it."
I
But
think
yeah.
too, it's like I think it's people on the outside, once they get around it,
Hmm.
I think they're surprised at like what your sister said. And you're like, oh, they're so nice, or your girlfriend, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're so nice. Um, I think there's this idea because when you watch videos, you don't know the people.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see whether it's you're watching speedsoft videos,
Hmm.
they're you can't see their face. They're geared up. They got the mask on,
Yep.
or a helmet, whatever. Milsim, they're all geared up, right? They got all their stuff on, helmet and a
Yep.
thing. You can't hardly see their face, and they're carrying guns. Okay, so and they're trying to look cool and badass, right, and
Yeah.
tactical. So they look like they would be like rough and tough kind of people, like, oh, I don't need to talk to you. You don't know anything about airsoft kind of thing. And they're the exact opposite. Like they're
Mhm.
very welcoming,
Yep.
uh, and they're very personable.
Hmm.
And so it's a lot like my wife and I, uh, we go to metal concerts. So we just went
Oh
to
yeah.
August Burns Red. Okay.
Nice.
And in fact, this is the shirt. This is one of the shirts I got from there.
That's
August
cool.
Burns Red. It looks like a Pabst Blue Ribbon thing, and the
Hmm.
back is like a Pabst Blue Ribbon can. And
That's nice.
yeah, so we just went to that Tuesday night, and in fact, the lead singer Jake is an airsofter of
Really?
August Burns Red. Yeah, he's Jake Lures, I think is how you say his name. He he's on Grimnir Tactical. They're up in
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, very cool. Matter of fact, Little Miss Airsoft, when I had her on the podcast last year, she I was talking about music or whatever, and I said, yeah, we like metal and heavy, hard rock, whatever.
Hmm.
And so she goes, oh, have you heard of August Burns Red? So she told me about him. Well, then I was just talking to Maddie Moe from Mo Bros Airsoft, and he knows Jake. He knows the guys from Grimnir. Actually, he told me about Grimnir, and so I had the owner of Grimnir on, Ian, and but I'm looking forward to having Jake on sometime, to talk. But
Yeah.
yeah, we were just at that concert, and a lot of people on the outside that never go, you see some pretty people that are dressed up, right? Like
Yeah.
they look pretty, there are piercings everywhere, tattoos everywhere. Like they look like unapproachable,
Yeah.
like, oh, they don't look like they would be nice. They're the nicest people ever, bro. Like
So
they,
nice.
it's the exact same thing as when somebody shows up at an airsoft event. They're like, oh, they start talking to you. Oh, is this your first concert? Or have you followed these guys?
Mhm.
Like, oh, and oh no, stand over here, man. Here, we'll make room for you. Like they're very welcoming. They're very
Yeah.
nice that way. And I think honestly, most people just in life in general are like that,
Yeah.
right? We just don't get an opportunity to see that because we meet people most of the time in a school setting or work setting,
Hmm.
and which neither of them are fun. Those aren't fun settings to meet people. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can't sit there and bullshit and get to know each other at work because you got
Hmm.
a fucking boss that's going to come around and be like,
Yeah.
get back to work, stop talking. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it really is, man. These whenever someone new goes to an airsoft event, they're like, holy crap, man, this is really cool. Like everyone is
Hmm.
so, it's a really fun thing to be around.
Yeah. And back to like my first experience, I forgot what his name is, but when I first started going, to CIA, there's this guy that I met, and he was super nice, and he, showed me his gun. He like, there's like, you want to go shoot it? Yeah. And he just let me go out, shoot it real quick, and I gave it back to him, and yeah, and he was such a nice, like everybody at CIA is so nice. Everybody there is like wonderful to be around. They're not stuck up and
Right.
a-holes and all that fun stuff. And
Oh,
and
you're new? Get in the back, okay?
yeah, yeah,
Fucking new guys.
that's what I was worried about, because I've heard stories like that, and
Hmm.
I was very surprised, and I was very happy to see the good side of airsoft before I saw the bad, you know.
Right.
And I'm so fortunate to meet a lot of my friends now who I play airsoft with, and I talk to every day, and I play every day with, or even
Right.
I play Modern Warfare with them, and we go out to eat or whatever. It's I'm very fortunate to have seen the better side of the sport compared to what you see on YouTube and stuff. But yeah,
For sure.
it's been everybody's like a wonderful. It's been, everybody's been pretty like awesome to be around. There was like, I haven't
Yeah.
seen really any negativity besides the people who come in and create negativity. Um,
Hmm.
because we had a situation at CIA like that. But yeah, everybody has been super nice and awesome. So yeah,
That's good, man.
yeah,
So what
yeah.
do you got planned for the next few months going into summer or whatever? Do you guys have any other tournaments besides?
Yes, so we are going to play in NSL. I've heard rumors that CIA may not put it on because of feathering, but if they don't, we're going to Georgia. We're going to
Oh,
Georgia and playing up there. So, which I'm pretty stoked about. I love going to Georgia. I have friends who I skate with in Georgia, and
yeah.
then I think there's a couple teams from Georgia. So I'm always willing to go up there. So, and I love Georgia.
Oh shit. Now where's that going to be at? SS? No, they can't
Oh,
play at SS. It's not big enough.
I don't.
Yeah, I didn't know there were. I
I
don't think I knew.
honestly
I'll
don't
have to look at their
know.
schedule. Yeah,
I think it's
where
like
they're playing. So that's going to be your next NSL tournament, right?
CFL, so it's competitive
Oh,
student soccer.
CSL. Okay.
Yeah. So that's our next tournament. Let me see. So yeah, the CIA August 5th. It's August 5th. Never mind.
Okay. Okay.
I
A few
remember.
months.
Yeah, I remember there's going to be a tournament in like a month or something like that. I forgot exactly when.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty
Have you played
excited.
at fields in Georgia?
Mm-mm. No, I've been through Georgia. I've gone to Georgia uh for the evacuation when everybody evacuated for the hurricane. But
Right.
I haven't played in Georgia at all. I was going to because I was supposed to go to Heartbreak this year, and instead I went to NSL because it was on the same weekend. So if I went up there, I would have went to Georgia and played at all the airsoft fields there. But I didn't do that.
Right.
But yeah, I'm
Hell yeah,
planning on
man.
going to Tennessee, hopefully Rhode Island one day, Georgia,
Yeah.
uh, Sac County, and I think a couple other places I can't remember right now.
Yeah. The what is it? The Extreme Airsoft up in Rhode Island. I've
Yeah,
heard so much about that, dude.
I've seen so many videos in Rhode Island, like or of Rhode Island. I want to go so bad. It looks like so much fun, even though I think it is just a speed field, but it still looks like fun
Right.
because they have an actual speed field, unlike one of the fields in Tampa. I don't want to, or not Tampa, Florida. So, and I don't want to name names. So,
Hell yeah, dude. Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I look forward to talking with you again after some of your events. You know what we want to do, and I
mhm.
was talking with Frosty about this,
Yeah,
is do like a team podcast with a
that would
handful of
be
you guys on
so much
DTP.
fun.
That'd be fun, dude.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
we could do a DTP casting couch, man. That'd be so much fun.
I know, right?
Oh my God. I was
That'd be
actually,
cool.
as a kid, I was gonna do a podcast called the Rink Rat Podcast, and I never got to it
What
because
was it called?
for the money. The Rink Rat Podcast. So I was
Rink?
just
Oh
Rink
yeah,
Rat.
yeah, right. Like roller
Yeah,
rink.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we have a term for people who skate a lot at different rinks, and they're called rink rats.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna do, but I never had the time to. But I have a space downstairs. I was gonna do it and everything. So that's like
Yeah,
one of
you
the
should do it.
one of the dreams that I want to do, or the
Dude,
dreams
just
that I
start.
have. I mean, I could,
You
but
already got the setup. You already got a headset, a mic. Um, you know how to use Streamlabs, right?
yeah.
You just need something to record the screen when you're doing it.
Hmm.
Uh, and then yeah, just have
Yeah.
some guests on, like your roller buddies or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I was talking about airsoft when we do the podcast together. We can have you on the screen downstairs, and then have a mic that picks up everybody in the room.
Right.
So
Oh, I
we can do
gotcha.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we should definitely do something like that. That'd be awesome. Because I remember seeing NSL have like their little podcast with like Obey and Tootsies and all that.
Yep.
And I want to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's
But
cool,
we
man.
and we can do it on here too. So,
Right. Hell
yeah,
yeah, dude. It's been great meeting you and getting
yeah.
to talk with you. Where where can everyone find you online?
Everybody can find me online. You can either find me out if you want to follow both accounts. You can follow my J.Skates on 8 on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram again at DTP.Skates, Sk8s. Yeah. Sk8s, something like that. You can find me there. I don't have a website or anything like that. I guess you can follow my Snapchat too. It's just jared.horne. Actually, I think there's two E's at the end. But yeah, you
Okay.
can find me. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, dude. It was great meeting you, man. I appreciate you signing up on our website. And yeah, I look forward to doing the team one with you guys. I'll reach
I
out to
can't wait.
Frosty,
Yeah,
and maybe we can set something up in the next few weeks.
yeah, for sure.
All right,
Well,
man. You have a good night.
yeah, you too. Take care.